Now, you know, they tell you to rotate your crops every year. So I'll be planting my tomatoes on the other side of this trellis. It's, I don't know, it's probably about, this one's 20 foot long, I think. Goes all the way down through there. But on this side, I'm going to plant my onions. And I don't know if you can see it, but right here, I've got soil and I've got my compost. And then I've took my ashes that been sitting a while from my heating stove, potash, and I put me down right down through here on the side, and I'm just going to mix it up in there a little bit, and that's all I'm going to do right now. Then I'm going to plant my onion sets right down through here. Now, the one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to plant your onion sets very deep. I prefer to plant sets over bulbs. I don't have good luck with bulbs at all, so that's what we're planting today. And these come from the Mennonite store, and I think they're called something like candy apple. They're a really sweet onion. So I'm going to show you how I plant mine. What you want to do is you got your root, and of course you want your roots down in the soil, but from the top of your root, you just want to go about 1/2 inch, and that's how deep you want to plant that onion, because your onion's going to grow up from the ground. Your roots are going to go down, but your onion's going to grow up. So from the top of your root base, you want to go about 1/2 inch, and that's how deep you want to plant your onion. So what I'm going to do, start over here. I've got my bed ready. I'm just going to make me a hole, not a very deep one. And I'm just going to stick that in there, and I'm just going to pull the dirt around it just 1/2 inch above that root system. And that's all I'm going to do. Then I'm going to take another one, and I'm going to go about 6 inches from that onion. Just put a little hole, and I'm going to plant it about 1/2 inch from the root base. Just like that. And that's how I'm going to go down through this row planting all these onions. Now I've got another bed. It's my garlic bed. And I've got quite a bit of garlic out there. Mr. Brown, back in the fall, planted the garlic, and it's really doing good right now. It looks really good. Now, once he planted it, we covered it with straw, and we mulched it, the top of it, with leaves. And of course a lot of that's broke down, still a lot of it's still there, but it's protected them bulbs. But the greenery off the leaves off the garlic, I mean, it wasn't long, they shot right up, and they're doing real good. And there's already several leaves coming off each garlic, and they say each leaf, I don't know if it's true or not, they say that's how many cloves is in a garlic or something, or how big you're, and that has to do, they say, with onions too. However many green leaves, stalks you got up top is how many layers of, onion you got. I don't know if that to be true either, but it could be, I don't know. But I'm going to finish planting these onions, and I'll show you my garlic when I get done. Okay, I got my onions planted. Well, part of them. I've got them planted all the way down through there on this side of the trellis. Like I said, I'm going to have tomatoes on the other side. But you can see how I just left, and this is all going to have to be cleaned up in a couple of weeks. But I mulched all my beds with what was left in it, which was, I think, let me think, there was some sweet potato vines, and of course leaves that had fallen off the trees. All this up through here is the leftover tomatillo stems and stuff. And I just left it all there. I left everything in there for the winter. And that'll all have to come out pretty soon. But anyways, we'll see how these onions do. I'm going to show you my garlic. Well, this is my garlic bed. We planted this last fall. We just kind of kept it covered up with leaves and a little bit of straw and just kind of put it to bed for the winter. But you can see how good the garlic's doing. It's doing real good. And it's got a lot of growing to do. It's got plumb till the end of June, July. I'm hoping it makes some pretty big garlic. And then down here at the end, other side of the stick, I planted some sweet onions. Just any spare place I can find, I'll stick onions. As long as I got plenty of room and the soil's good. Hey guys, we're back out in the garden again, and I'm sitting here in one of my beds in my potager garden, and this is just the end at the end of one of the beds, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a panel that goes down through here, and on one side of the panel is where I planted my onions, and then on this other side I'm going to plant my tomatoes. Since I'm rotating my tomatoes, you're supposed to rotate your tomatoes every year. They say not to plant them in the same spot. I don't know, some people may do it and have good luck, but I just don't chance it. But I will be having a whole row of tomatoes. So there'll be onions and my tomatoes, and then on the edge of the bed there's going to be green beans from one end to the other. And last year I didn't have good luck with my green beans. They were beautiful plants and they bloomed and bloomed but didn't make any green beans. And I heard a lot of people say they didn't get very many. I was really disappointed because I usually put up a lot of green beans. So hopefully this year we'll do better. But what I'm going to show you is a potager garden. I've had people ask me, can you grow enough vegetables in a potager to put up and enough to eat and put up? And the answer to that is yes, very much so. I did a lot of studying a couple of years ago about different cultures and places like China and places like that. They don't have a lot of space, so they can't grow big gardens, big truck patch gardens. They just have tiny spaces that they can grow a few things. And that's what I really studied on, plus studied on potager. Now, there's a lot of things that you can't grow a lot of in a potager. You can't come in here and grow 400 ears of corn like we used to, but there's other ways of doing that. We just find another spot somewhere and You know, it may even be on somebody else's property, because we live up here on the edge of a ridge and it's nothing but rock. So I'm sure a lot of y'all know how that is. But since we moved off the big farm and moved up here on the 20 acres, we're just stuck right in the middle of the woods on the edge of a ridge, and it's real pretty and peaceful up here. So we just make do with what we got, and we can raise enough to eat and we put up enough in the freezer and canning, because we still have stuff left over from last summer. So anyways, this corner right here of my potager, this is just one of my beds. But in this corner I want nothing but flowers. And right now I'm going to put some bulbs in, and then I have a bunch of seeds. But my favorite color is red. And I do put a lot of red in my garden. This right here is red sentinel. I'm probably going to put several bags of those in. This is pink daylilies, and I just love daylilies. And this right here I can't pronounce, purpurea, but it's a real pretty, almost, I guess it looks like a coneflower. So I'm going to put a bunch of them in here. But what I'm also going to put in here is, I got the sweetest, some mail, a package from Miss Tammy over at Littlejordonfarm, and she sent me a bunch of seeds. And you just can't send me anything that make me any happier than anything that has to do with my garden. So the seeds, that's a beautiful gift, because with these seeds I can feed my family. She sent me some real nice different medicinal seeds that she sent me, some yarrow and chamomile and some different things, and I'm going to be planting them right here with my flowers and stuff too. But I'm going to take you inside and I'm going to show you what Miss Tammy sent me. I'm real proud, and if y'all have never seen Miss Tammy's channel, you need to go over there. It's Littlejordonfarm, because she does a lot over there. You can't get anybody that's any more down to earth. She's just a country gal through and through. Her family, you know, back when she was young, they farmsteaded, and that's just in her DNA. So she just loves it, and you can tell she loves it. But I'm going to start to get my bulbs in here, planting some seeds, and I'm going to take you inside. I'm going to show you everything Miss Tammy sent me. Okay guys, I just come in from the garden. I told you that I got a package today, and I know I'm a mess. It got up 60 degrees today. So you put me out in 60-degree weather outside doing something, I start sweating. I mean, I get hot fast, but I love it. I'm not griping. Anyways, I got a package in the mail, and I already opened it up. I couldn't wait. And it's from Miss Tammy, like I told you, from Littlejordonfarms. And y'all have got to go check her out. She's just one of the nicest ladies I've ever talked to. And I would love, love, love to be able to meet her in person. She's just really down to earth, and y'all would really love her too. But she sent me a package, and it was full of seeds, and I'm just really gifted and blessed by it. But Miss Tammy, I bet you didn't know, she sent me some loofah seeds. And that was one of the things, one of the seeds that I had never in my life planted. I've never grown any loofah. And I had planned on doing that this year, so I'm so excited that she sent me these seeds. This is wonderful. Last year I planted dipper gourds, and I mean, they done really good. So I'm hoping that my loofahs will too, but we'll see, Miss Tammy. But thank you very much. She sent me some medicinal plants too. This is fever, I don't know if I'm saying this right, feverfew. And this is real good. You can make like an ointment out of it, and it's good. It relieves joint pain. It helps increase your appetite. It helps stress, anxiety. It's even good for respiratory problems. It says it relieves headache and reduces fever. So I'm going to do some research on it, and Miss Tammy can probably tell me a lot of things about this one because I've never grown this before. Feverfew. It's Feverfew. So I'm excited about that one. I'm going to get that planted in my potager. She sent me some purple dwarf hollyhocks, and I've never planted them before either. So I'm going to plant these at one end of my potager beds. I'm really excited about that because I love the color purple. Some Candula. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. I am familiar with this. It's Calendula. It's anti-inflammatory. It calms. It helps muscle spasm. It's good for menstruation aid. It says it's antiviral, and it improves oral health, and it's a wound healer. So I'm sure this was used, years ago when they didn't have ointments or medicines or anything like that. So I'm excited about this one too. I've got a lot to learn about some of these that I've never had in my garden before. I'll do some, and she sent me some yarrow, quite a bit of it. I'm really excited about this too. Now you can find this in parts of the United States, and it grows in like grassy areas along fence lines and railroad tracks, and just different places like fence lines, and somewhere where it's a lot of grassy areas, like down in ditches and stuff like that. But it's yarrow, and it's good for it's an astringent, an antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, and an antibiotic. So that's going to be a good one to have too. And she sent me some chamomile. I've never planted chamomile out in my potager. So, Miss Tammy, a lot of these that I haven't planted yet in my whole life. And I'm really excited about that. I'm going to get this experience with these different plants. So I thank you for all these. Chamomile, we all know that makes really good tea. It leaves, calms your mind at night. Drink your little chamomile tea, and just helps you kind of calm down and leave some stress and go to sleep maybe. So that's exciting. And she sent me some sweet basil, some lima beans. She sent me some green peas, some different lettuces, and let's see, these are real pretty. They're called green bell mix, and they're different color bell peppers. And I got some cilantro, and she sent me some carrots, which we love fresh carrots. I got some grandkids that love them too, and some California Wonder bell peppers, and those are some of my favorites. So that was a great mail call, great package, and I love it. So she's sharing the bounty with me, and that's just that's a blessing, and I really appreciate Miss Tammy. But anyways, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do, now it's still too cold. The soil's still too cold to be planting any kind of seeds out there. Now, even though we've had a couple of pretty days in Arkansas, and you just want to go out and you just want to work in your garden, and I did. I got my onion sets out and stuff like that. But you really and truly, it wouldn't do you no good up here to go out there. Now, I do have some Detroit beet seeds that I need to plant, but I think I'm going to wait till next week. We still got some very cold, bad weather coming in. In fact, this weekend it's supposed to snow. So, and then all next week it's supposed to be really bad cold. So maybe I'll get my beets out in time. We don't get in too big of a hurry up here in Arkansas, northeast Arkansas, because it's still a long time till, the last frost is going to hang around plumb into April. So Miss Tammy sent me a card with these seeds, and I know you can't see it very well, but it's a little card. I don't know if it's going to focus on it or not. And it's got little flowers at the very bottom, and it says, "All things grow with love." Now, I was looking at the back of this card, and she wrote me a really nice little note inside. But what really got me the most was reading the back of this card. This card came from St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And just reading it, I know that she helps support St. Jude's. And that means a lot to me. I've got a nephew that spent a lot of days when he was just a little baby, little one in St. Jude's with leukemia. And they kept him, they made him better. And we have we support St. Jude's. And so that was just really sweet to me seeing that she supports such a great place. So thank you, Miss Tammy. That meant a lot to me. But anyways, that's the end of my mail call. It's probably too long. But it's really neat to get stuff like this in the mail. And you know, we have such a wonderful community, YouTube community. We try to help each other. We support each other. When one of us has something going wrong, we all get together and we make sure that we all take care and make sure everybody's okay. We check in on each other. And we do things like send seeds. These seeds will grow food to feed my family and my grandbabies. So to me, that's special. We all need to do these things. We need to stick together as YouTube family, support each other and love each other. And not just supporting each other, but, you know, if you got a channel that's really doing good and really putting some good content out there, you really need to really strive to help that channel and help support them and cheer them on. Tell them they're doing good, because there's a lot of small channels that got some really good content. We just got to, everybody's just got to watch them and subscribe. But we just got to help support each other, love each other, and carry on. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go back out in the garden and see what I can dig up, because it's going to turn cold tomorrow. And like I said, it's going to snow this weekend, so I don't know when I'll get back outside. But it is still February, and we have to remember that. But I'm telling y'all, by the end of February, I have just had it with winter. I'm not a winter person. I wish I was, because I know that we have to have all the seasons. We have to. And that's just part of it. That's the way the good Lord wants it, and that's just the way it should be. But I'm ready to get outside. I need some sunshine. I think I'd feel better. It does make me happy. So anyways, guys, if y'all like this video, give me a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because it really does help. And share it. Everybody have a great week, a wonderful weekend, and God bless everybody. See you next time.